Welcome back to channel. So today let's talk about the stitching spacing and the thread size relation. So I get this question a lot, what kind of thread size they should choose on the spacing they're using. So that's quite good question, but then it's a quite difficult question because it's all about your choice and your taste and the overall look of the project you're doing. So here I have two sample stitching pieces. This one is Todoki 5mm spacing, and this one is Crimson Height 4mm spacing. And I want to ask you guys that what kind of thread size should I choose for my project? So this is fairly thick. This is about 4mm thick, I should say. And I want to ask you guys, like, what thickness, what thread should I choose? These MBT numbers are the MBT thread size. So I want to ask you, what thread should I choose for my project? Yeah, the answer is really we don't know. No one knows what kind of thread thickness should I choose. The MBT1 being the thickest, and the MBT8 being the thinnest among in these three options. It also brings a different looks to it. Yeah, so I think here in this, let's take a look at one by one. For Todoki 5mm slimline, I think I like MBT1 and MBT5 size. Yeah, it gives you very pleasant looking, for me at least. But on the other hand, the MBT8 seems to be too thin for this thickness of the leather and this thickness of the spacing. But this can be also look elegant as well as the others, because it has a very light feeling of a stitching. Yeah. So to my eyes, they all look great. But MBT1 and 5 would be my choice if I really do it. Yeah. So this Crimson Height, for example, this is Japanese style pricking iron. I think MBT1 size is a little bit too thick for this spacing, but also looks good. MBT5 and 8 looks good. I think MBT5 looks to be most adequate. MBT8 a little bit too thin. MBT1 too thick. But they all look great either. Also, so my question is really, like, what am I doing and what kind of things I'm trying to do with my stitchings and what kind of look that I want to achieve. So the bottom line for this video is actually, it's up to you. There's no answer. Choose your own stitching style, develop it, try different things, use your imagination, and just come up with your combination. Yeah. So I want to also start with the slides again, like I did in the previous video. So this is my what should I say, message to you guys. There is no absolute answer for this thing, so this is just only the suggestion. Yeah, so always use your imagination when it comes to thread size and the spacing choice option. Yeah, so I want to give you guys the thread size conversion chart first. These three threads, MBT, minimal MBT, and lean cable. These are the most common thread that you guys find in leathercraft supply store, and most famous as well. I'm a very big fan of minimal MBT, and I used to use lean cable, but I use most times the minimal MBT. This is synthetic thread, this is natural thread, and also there's a thread called Special Marquinier from same company called Filachina. You might find it somewhere, but it's not commonly available. So these two are commonly available, and the other companies, I don't know what thread you're using. There are a lot of different threads, and there are a lot of different ways to really show the thickness of the threads. So if you have a different thread, look up to this side, so you can do your own research and find out what thread size you have, and then you can also see what thickness is it equivalent to in minimal MBT and lean cable. So this chart you need this if you want to try different threads. So this is, I just made it. I did my own research, and I have my example, so I just wanted to do this. The most common minimal thread that people use, most popular one, is number 8 and number 5. Yeah, I also use number 1. So like I showed you earlier, where's the example? Yeah, so 158. Yeah, 8 is the higher number is smallest, so 851, this is the most common size. Size 20 there is available, but this has a limited color option. I think it's only black and white, and also the largest one, 00, also has only two color, the black and white. So it has a limitation when it comes to extreme sizes, but on these three sizes it's most common, and wide colors variety are available. You can click here, you can do your own review. I made a dedicated video for Binimo MBT, you can watch it there, so if you want. And for the lean cable, for I think a lot of people are using 832 and 632 and 532. These are most popular size for lean cable. I tend to go towards the thicker thread for when it comes to linen. Linen wears off a little bit faster than the synthetic thread, so I just want to have more thickness in my linen thread, so I choose these thicker threads, and then adjust the spacing according to it, of course. But the most common used and most popular ones are among here, 832 and 632 and 532. I don't have much experience with the special marquee area, but I heard it's really good too. It's a combination of poly and cotton thread, so it's more consistent. It has a very consistent thread thickness, and it's more soft feeling also. The feeling also gives you a different look as well, because the MFT threads gives you a little bit of shine to it, so it's not as natural as the linen threads. So anyways, the way how they describe the thickness had to do with the manufacturing process as well. So I will make a dedicated video later in the future how these threads are manufactured and what these numbers mean. Yeah. So this is just a conversion chart if you need it. Yeah. So let's talk about spacing now. So this is the chart that I showed you earlier in previous video about what kind of size you should choose for your leather goods and what kind of maximum thickness you can achieve. So this is the same chart that I showed you earlier. Yeah. So if I show you one by one, so for thread, guys, if you're making small leather goods and if your leather is within 2 millimeter to 2.5 millimeter, use a thread between 0.2 to 0.6 thick. Yeah. So of course in millimeter, and also the space sizing is here. Yeah. And also if you're making medium goods that is spaced with these spacing, has a maximum thickness around 4 to 4.5 millimeter, use a thread between 0.6 to 0.8. And also the medium to large, the spacing using this pricking iron size, and your leather thickness 5.5 millimeter to 7 millimeter, use a thread in millimeter this size. Yeah. And the maximum as well here. So basically I'm just reading the chart here, so it's meaningless that I just reading off the stuff that I'm showing this on the chart. But basically it's just my suggestion and guidelines if you are wondering what kind of thread you should choose for your spacing. So here's your answer. So if you are trying to find a thread that is dedicated to your MBT thread, I'll just show you like this. So this can be your guidelines. So your Binimo MBT thread size is as shown like this. So if you want to make small goods, 20 is really small, but if you're using 2.0 millimeter spacing or 2.25 millimeter spacing, you can choose 20. And for normal use, for normal this region, people tend to choose 5 and 8, but also you can use 20 on this side as well. So it's just it doesn't mean that this is here. Okay, it's just the whole section is this whole part. Okay, and for medium goods, size 1 and 5, and the medium to large goods, size 1, 0, 00, and also the special is the largest, so 00 or even higher thickness. Yeah. And for lean cable or the special marquinier, you can choose for small leather goods 832, 632, 532, and for medium goods 532, 432, and for medium and large goods 332. Also, of course, the largest excuse me, the largest should be the 332. So this is how you choose for your French pricking iron. So, and next let's move on to the Japanese pricking iron. So it's the same chart that I showed you earlier. When you're making small leather goods, it's a success to have this kind of spacing, and your total leather thickness should be around here. For your medium and large goods, suggested spacing sizing is here, maximum thickness is about here. And for your MBT, for your normal thread, you should have, for small leather goods, again, normal thread will be 0.2 to 0.6, like this. It's the same as French iron, but only the spacing is a little bit different. So it is about the same, but spacing is a little bit different with the French pricking iron. So I'll just show you like this. So yeah, so it's a little bit different. This is just because Japanese pricking iron has a diamond shape, and it creates a larger hole, so it does have tendency to go up a little bit larger spacing for small leather goods. But you can just put this down over here and it's okay. Yeah. So for your MBT, minimum MBT, for size 20 and 85, you can use it for up till 3.5 millimeter spacing. For small leather goods, maximum thickness 2 millimeter, 2.5 millimeter. For your medium goods, minimum MBT 5 and 1, that is 0.6 to 0.8 millimeter thick thread, using this kind of spacing and the leather thickness. Yeah. So for medium and large goods, spacing from 4.3 millimeter to 7.58 millimeter. For thread, 0.8 millimeter to 1.3 millimeter thick, which is MBT 1000. Yeah. For your linen cable also, if you see. So I want to pause this chart if you want to take a look at it. So yeah, so for this spacing, you can use 832, 632, 532, and for medium goods, you can see 532, 432, yeah, and 332. These are limited in very thin thread only, so you don't have any options for this. So you can just use it for small leather goods, and that's it. So guys, like I said, this issue quite complicated. People ask me a lot on what kind of thread they should use because they're using spacing this. And that my question is, what kind of things are you making, and how thick you sell leather? So you can't just really correlate to the size spacing and to the thread size. You have to think about all these different factors and different looks to it. Yeah. So but the craft is quite artistic thing that you should do. So it's not a math that what is the 1 plus 1, what is the answer. It's not like you have to pick 2, you know. It could be 1.3 if it's in special cases. So I hope this really helped you in choosing what you're doing. So basically, I didn't give you answer today, guys. That's the point. I didn't give you any answers today. It's just up to you. That's my answer. So hope you guys get this idea of what the stitching and the thread is all about. So in next video, I'm going to talk about needle size and the thread size correlation. So I'm not sure if you have guys already noticed it. I'm putting information on top of the information. So I started with pricking iron choice sizes, and then I jumped to the thread sizes, and now I'm adding the needle size as well. So pricking iron size, leather thickness, your looks, your thread size, and your needle, these 5 factors coming into play. So if you are interested into serious leather craft and you want to know more about it, please like this video and please subscribe to my channel so that when the next time I upload this video, then you can watch it. So hopefully my video is helpful, and if you are wondering about what I'm going to do in the future, I'm going to do something about my channel and do something to my channel I am planning something, so hopefully it works out. It will work out, I think. Yeah. And yeah, so that's it. So thanks for watching, guys. As always, I'll see you guys next video. Bye bye.